seconds.
Mute my phone.
Oh my God. They found me. I don't know how, but they found me.
Run for it, Marty!
Hey YouTube, Fat Pastor here with Casey. We are outside at the Global Qualifier outdoor track. We're setting it up. We're still in the process. Tonight's stream will not be a long stream tonight. We will go about an hour, and that's about it. And then we will cut it loose. We're coming on tonight to ask some questions. I know there's some people that have messaged me through Facebook Messenger and Discord and all of this and that says you got questions about the race. Tonight is the time to ask those questions. It's what this stream is dedicated for tonight. Casey's here with us. Like I said, we got the track halfway set up. We got it mowed. There are a few places where there's some little sprigs sticking up, but we'll chop those down pretty quick, I think, in practice. So check to make sure we're live.
Yes.
It's not. Don't know if it's working. Is it working? I don't know.
Say, please be working.
Don't know if it's working or not.
We will find out right now.
Mail time. Mail time.
Well.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think McFly, think.
Streaming live, 41 minutes ago. Uh-oh.
We should be live.
Yes, it says live.
Yes, there we are.
Uh-oh.
The counters must not be right.
One vision is... Yes, there
we are. All right, so here we are tonight. What we're going to do, we're going to be set up tomorrow. The gates should be set up. Everything should be set up. Timing will not be set up and not be running by, I doubt it. I don't think it'll be running by noon. We're still working on the other RotorHazard timer, getting it working with Livetime. We want to get both of them to working. But as you can see, the course it's all freshly mowed today. And now we do have like hay right in here, so but it won't be bad. It'll be easy to find. It's not too high. Maybe about knee high, a little over knee high. So So, all right, what I'll do is I'll go
Nice
ahead and
and
take the
fluffy.
time. We're not going to be on long. Looks like we don't have very many people on anyway. So, what I'm going to do is going to go over once again what this is. I will. Um, the reason why this Saturday's race is not an official global qualifier is you have to post a global qualifier on multi-GP 10 days in advance. And when I set this up last Thursday, the race was 9 days out. 9 days out. So this Saturday, we could not have that as an official global qualifier. I will ask, maybe someone in the chat will know or something. I will send a message to Roger or someone with MultiGP and see if someone shows up Saturday and they put down a good time and we have a good solid time for them and they're not able to make it next week. I will ask if it's all right to add that time to the 3rd, to June the 3rd's race. I know that this weekend, a lot of people said they wanted the race. There's not a lot of people signed up for it. And you're not even signed up for it.
Yeah.
I went on last night.
I'm on both.
Did you look today? Check again.
Sure, I'll check again.
But I think on the race tomorrow, there was only one person signed up, and it was me. I know a lot of people said that you wanted to come. You need to go on to MultiGP, and you need to sign up. You need to join the event so that we know it will, especially if you want your times to be put on MultiGP. You get points for every race that you come to and that you fly in, and even more points when you finish or place. So
yes. There's a few people.
as of last night, there was only one. I'm not going to switch off because it would screw everything up. So you need to do that. You need to go on to multigp.com, look up Soky, SOKY, Southern Kentucky multi-rotor. Under that, you'll see two events. You'll see an event for Saturday. Actually, they're 3-day long events. You could come. Well, we thought we was going to have help setting up the course today.
Yes.
So we thought we'd be able to let people come and practice it today, but the course is not set up. And we've got probably about 40 minutes more maybe 45 minutes more time of daylight, and then it's going to be done. But yeah, you do need to go on to multigp.com, Soky. You need to sign up for that. Also, you need to have your AMA. We will be checking AMA. I know that there's people saying that they want to come, that's messaged me, that wants to see how a GQ is run, and I'm like, well, this is my first one.
Yes.
So
now we can
learn together. Yeah. And so come out for that. There are several people that want to come to just, or at least say they want to come to spectate.
Mm-hmm.
I asked several people. I knew that this was a holiday weekend.
Whose phone is ringing? Mine. Whose phone is ringing? Mine.
I'm in a live stream right now. And that's just I don't know how to
hit the end on your screen.
Yes.
There you go.
I'll have to call him back in a little bit. I don't think he knows.
I got a few people
my phone is
on the live stream now.
Yeah. So that you will need AMA to be up to date. We are back here in the middle of nowhere, but one, it's required for MultiGP. You're supposed to have it to race with MultiGP, and also people will be parking their cars, and there will be people here, and it's just good to be covered. I know I know that the AMA hasn't been there for multi-rotors and like they ought to be, but I mean, they do let, that is where IO is every year. So at least we got that. So you'll need to do that. Your quad will need to pass the Immersion RC RF meter sniffing test. We do not have shore power. We do have a pavilion. You can bring a tent if you want to. There is a whole another field. If you see my hand, this way, it's about 5 or 6 more acres, and the race is all back in here. This is probably 5 or 6 acres also. So if you want to camp, you can camp, that kind of stuff. But there is this pavilion right here does not have shore power, and that means it doesn't have AC, or not AC. It does not have AC power.
DC.
So I mean, that doesn't have. We don't have a meter box out here. Something that we're looking at doing, but just for what we use it for at church, for cookouts and things like that, it's not been a necessity. Our little solar power generators have worked more than well for us. So I will be running the timer and the live stream, if we do live stream, with it off of. Hey, 8-bit, see you, bro.
Hey, good evening.
Thank you for coming back. I think it might have thrown some people off. We did a test stream just about 30 minutes ago. I think some people might have thought that was our stream. But you can go back and watch this anyway. I know that the majority of our people watch. The majority of my views come later. I think people jump over to Ken Herron or other people that are on, which that'll be good tonight because we're going to wrap up fairly quick tonight. I do want to answer all of the questions that people will have. Hey, bro.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, buddy. Wished you could be out here with us.
Yes, so much.
The flight line, we haven't decided where the flight line is yet. I need to get the netting. I've got to get netting from my house. I will be set up in a little. I don't know if I'm going to set up under the pavilion or not. Just depends on what kind of range we can get out of the timer. Where I'm going to set up is going to be relative to the start-finish gate, which is from this position is the furthest gate from me. It is the little one way back there.
Very outside edge.
Yep. So it's probably 75 yards from the pavilion. So, but we want to be able to have all of this area this way for people to get and not cross the flight line.
Safety.
So, yeah. I'm working tonight. I'll keep you in my pocket. Hitting that like button. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I wasn't expecting a whole lot of people on tonight. I do hope people show up for the race. It's been a lot of work.
Yes.
This is I'll tell you. This race is it's a test for me. I've got a ton. I probably got 12. Casey, would you say probably 10, 12 gates? Probably 6, 7 flags. I got 3, 4 keyhole gates. I'm not going to get rid of those keyhole gates. Those are just fun. But I don't know if this double header here, this IO will tell me a lot about whether if I and Fat Pastor Channel, if we want to continue to do, hey Marcel, if we want to continue to do outdoor races. It is a lot of work. Well, I mowed more grass than any man should have to mow in one day.
Yes, that is very true.
We mowed a lot of grass. We got it ready.
Quadruple mowed it.
and what we all have to do, and especially what I have to do with my life and this channel, is I have to weigh, what's the best use of my time and the channel's time, and if there is a strong need and people are really interested in a GQ and outdoor races, tiny trainer race, we've got the perfect space for it. Well, if it had electricity, it'd be perfect. But I can bring the generator, and we can have 3,800 watts. You're just going to hear the thing. I mean, it's a big Jenny, and it would run enough to charge everybody's. Logan.
Yeah, I was about to say.
What's up, Logan?
Our quads will be making plenty of sounds. Generator will be the least of our worries. No, I know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the quads will be louder.
Yeah, exactly.
Off-grid everything. Hey, yo, hello, bro. How you doing, man? I could be hitting your guys' thing. I mean, I could be doing that.
I went on Discord and went nuts.
Oh, you did?
I had to let everybody know.
You went nuts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you all for responding.
Yeah.
I did.
So, yeah. It may take time for it all to grow. Lots of people lost out
there in the backwoods.
Yes, a lot of people lost out there. Yes. Yeah, the coyotes like to hang out down just down that hill off there where the gun range is. You start shooting, they get real quiet.
You know what he's saying? He's saying whether it's slow or not at the beginning, it'll grow. Yeah. Kind of what we're praying and hoping. Definitely.
Yeah, that's what Casey's wanting. He's really wanting this to work out and all.
And if not, indoor race something needs to work out.
Well, the thing about
outdoor, indoor.
The thing, once we get this set up tomorrow, the track will remain set up.
Yes.
All the way through to June. Well, it'll be we're not taking it down Saturday night. No. So it will be Monday or Tuesday of the following week, where when we do a TinyWhoop race, we have to take it all down on Wednesdays. We have to take it all down on Sundays. So this can stay up. We can do, and I know people have talked about it. We can do a situation. I mean, we could mow this area right over here along this tree line, and that would be a perfect place to just people to line their tents and their campers up. It'll have shade in the evening and sun in the morning, like people generally like for camping or whatever. You just need a power source.
It's beautiful out here, absolutely. If you want a little escape from all the hush and bush out there, this would be it.
So it will. That I'm hoping that after we get it set up, that's I know that the setup and the takedown for outdoor race, well, any race, is the biggest part, and so I'm hoping. I'm hoping it goes well.
Yes.
But if like in anything, if it's not what I need to be doing, and then I might have a lot of gates for sale, a lot of outdoor gates for sale. Get a remote controlled lawnmower.
Yeah, so everybody show up. We kind of talked about that a few weeks ago.
I'm showing all y'all my balding spots, aren't I?
Yeah, looky, I got them going on too.
Now most of this field, both ends of it, we let a guy at church. It was actually the guy that was calling in on there a minute ago. He cuts it for hay, and he's got a farm with cattle and sheep and horses and all that kind of stuff, and he cuts it for the flying lawnmower. Yes. Now I tell you,
hey,
I watched a guy take the motors off of a motorized wheelchair and put it on the back of a push mower with the big wheels. The big wheels on the back of the. I got one on the back of my truck right now. That's like that, and he put casters on the front, and he set it up to be radio controlled, so he could sit on his deck and mow his grass with it. It's not Ardu Pilot or anything where to mow it all on its own. But I was telling my wife, I was like, you know what, for a little bit, I'd buy one if it was FPV.
Oh, yeah.
If I could sit in my recliner in front of my 197 inch, whatever it is, flat screen TV, sipping at my Bigfoot mug, and would be able to mow just from my TV, FPV, I would do that.
It's just like, I fly my quad from in my bedroom sometimes, one of my TinyWhoops from my 75. Yeah, I fly all around my house and everything from in my bedroom. Yeah. So if we can do that with a little bitty quad, definitely could do it with a big mower.
I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of grass mowed here with quads this week.
Yes. Oh, yes. A lot of green props in the
Flash it to Blue Jay, and it'll cut grass
like no one's business. Yeah. Hey, I can agree with that.
And fly her low.
Logan said something.
The way Logan keeps looking at Marty looks like he's got a little bit.
Hey, Logan, it would be you thinking about stuff like that. Are you jealous or something?
Hey, no, nobody would find him out here.
No,
nobody would find him out here.
Be buried. I'd bury myself.
His family back in Chattanooga, they I don't even know if they know how to watch my channel.
I don't know. I try to show them, but watch them be watching this one. Charlie be like, I've watched
to make it epic. Oh yeah. Of course, what the guy did. I mean, the casters on the front of it that was the problem that he had, is getting good enough casters for the thing to turn 360, because he had just the 2 power chair wheels on the back of it, and it would go. When he finally got the casters right, it was pretty pricey for him, but you just put HDzero, that way you can mow when it's almost dark.
Yeah, exactly. Or hey,
you don't need latency. You don't need latency.
No, you ain't gotta worry about that.
Because you're like, what was that crunch?
Meow.
Neighbor's cat. So
it would be the easy part. I do got a little jelly in the. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew you had some sweetness in the tank.
I think he's talking about being a little fluffy.
Yeah, no, he wanted to make fun of me. I got to make fun of him back.
I think he said he had a lot of sugar in his tea.
You got some jelly in his belly. It's sugar in his tank.
Just need a farmer with a tractor. Well, I try. That's why he was calling me back, because when I went over it the first time with I've got a zero-turn Cup Cadet. When I went over it with the first time, it was like it laid most of it over. I had to go over it like 4 times. The parts were, because we don't normally mow this much. We don't normally leave this much open for people to come out to the fire pit. So we have a fire pit out here, and we don't sit around it and sing Kumbaya. That's right over my head there.
Not no more.
There was a runway here, but I've got to put down a rubber conveyor belt. It's what we had down there is kind of messed up. But yeah, we'll sit out here, especially in the fall. We sit around here around the campfire and give the kids delicious hot schmoes or whatever.
Good old memories.
Just turtle everywhere, yeah.
No. Well, we did cut low enough, so if you got a big enough prop, you can turtle. There's
no more than an hour mow job.
Try 15 hour.
No, it wasn't that long. If I would have cut it
4, 8
before we started letting half of this that you see that's cut, I'd say half, more than half.
You spent about 8 hours today.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah,
it was a lot. Of course, I mowed my grass at my house first.
That's so, what I'm including. I don't think I'm even including.
But my grass is not. It didn't get this high. I cut hay with a commercial grade Cup Cadet. That's what I did, and I've got it low enough that a 3-inch probably wouldn't want to turtle good, but a 5-inch will turtle good.
Right.
So
I wouldn't want to burn up my ESCs. I just don't like turtling out in the grass. I've not had a bad experience, but I'm sure if I turtle in the grass, I will eventually blow an ESC, and I'm not doing it.
You're like a big PTO. Yeah, that's what I was like. I mowed it a few times, and it had sprigs this high still on it, and it was half of it was laid over, and so I tried to call him, and I was like, let me see if he can come over here with his bush hog real quick and hit it, and then I'll go back over it with my finishing mower. And he like everybody else, he's got more work to do than he can shake a stick at. So he's probably thinking that I need him for something important. That's why he was calling. But because I'm on my, what's it called?
iPhone.
No,
Cell phone.
that
tablet.
hotspot. Yeah.
Oh, hotspot.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of mosquitoes out there? Probably not nowhere near as much as you do.
I have not got bit yet once.
Probably not as much as you do.
I'm
It's not
serious.
bad. This where we're at, it rolls back off the hill behind us.
Yeah.
And actually, I mean,
I haven't got not one mosquito, and I've been
You
in some
see this
mosquito
sign
places.
right here over. Well,
At my house,
see the white sign.
there's a lot of mosquitoes, but here,
see the white sign right there, right there. That rolls off. There is a 12-foot dirt berm. Just you can probably see some of the. Hang on, you can see some of it right in there because it's got some weeds on top of it. There's a 12-foot berm right there. So that's got gun tables and all that stuff sitting off there in it, and it rolls off so much you can't see it from here. I mean, really, from the range, somebody sitting right here, they couldn't shoot you because it's
like
on
down.
off. It's on off the hill. So the water flows, and it's not much.
Really dry.
There's not much out here for mosquitoes to want. You know, there's not water for them to spawn in or whatever, and there's not a whole lot of people out here.
Mm-hmm.
So now along the tree line here, there's lots of pine trees.
I don't even see any bugs.
There's pine trees and cedar trees, and closer to the tree line, if you know anything about staying outside, especially in Tennessee camping, around evergreens, you're more likely to get ticks.
Yeah.
But other than that, you you go camping, but you need to account for that, right? But no, the mosquitoes aren't bad here. Phantom, look at you, bro.
Hey,
How
man,
are ya?
it's good to see you, brother.
How are ya?
Thanks for responding.
Unicorns. Who's got the unicorns?
I wish you could come out here and fly with us, man. You would smoke us all.
Come out here and show us how to race.
Yeah.
You know, Evan Turner told me one time, he says, those that can race do, and those that can't race freestyle. You should come and prove that wrong.
Yeah.
You should come and prove that wrong, because we know you can freestyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to live in Texas. There was mosquitoes the size of birds. There, they carry off your chihuahua like a bald eagle.
Yeah, like I live close to a creek, which if y'all have seen some of my free flight videos, then you know that. But I got a lot of mosquitoes. Like as soon as nighttime starts, you're like every 5 seconds. But here, I haven't, not once yet.
At my house, they will get a little bad because where I live is only about 3 miles that way.
Yeah.
If you was to just take off and fly, it'd be about 3 miles that way. But it's up on top of a ridge, kind of like this is. But it has a slate pan, and it holds a lot of water in different places up there, so the mosquitoes will eat you up.
Yes.
And down here in the South, people will ask you when you're hungry. They'll say, "Wait, my mother says this. I'm gonna get something to eat." Deet. Gonna get something to eat. And I was like, "Deet's what's in off. Keeps the mosquitoes off of it." She's like, "I didn't say deet. I said something to eat." I said, "You said something to eat."
Something to eat.
She's saying something to eat.
Isn't that how we say it, though?
Something to eat.
Something to eat. That's how we say it. Something to eat.
You know, with Jeff Foxworthy say, "G it, no, Jew, no, yont to." There was not a real word said in that whole thing. So, yeah.
Not one true word.
Right, but we understand that in the South.
Yeah, good. Aren't you? Are you even close, Phantom? I know that you can get to where you need to go when you need to get there and go there, but is there any possibility you could ever come out here and fly with us? That's my question.
He says it sounds like a good idea. Those who can't freestyle race, but you know, Evan and Vanover, are some amazing freestyle
And
pilots.
racers, yeah.
And I saw Drew.
And I'm doing
I
both.
saw Drew, and I
So,
think it was Tommy Tabahia.
Mm.
There was a video several years ago where these freestylers tried to race, and it was funny. It was almost laughable. So I don't know. That was the way I look at it is if you're as good as Phantom or if you're as good as Evan, you can talk like that.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not good at racing. I'm not good at freestyling. I'm good at eating.
I can't wait to see how good I am.
I'm really good at eating.
Yeah. Yeah, I am too.
And, I can use my platform. I know Kim Fused and Gardo Rotor was in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. We were just there the other day. We didn't see them. But if you go, I'll just tell you, I'm going to use my channel to rant.
Yes, please.
And if you go to the island with the big Casey will have, I took Casey to do some amazing gorilla whooping. I took him to my spots before I got to fly them.
Yeah.
So
such a blessing.
I'm trying to help him out here. We went to the island, the big Ferris wheel, and he got to fly it and got to dive some things and got to gorilla whoop. Places that I wanted to go when I was there, but for many reasons. One, it started raining, and I couldn't. But it was excellent. No wind that night.
He wouldn't let me talk him into using my radio and fly my quads. No, he wanted me to experience it all. So whatever. Okay, sure, no problem.
I won't take him next time. So,
it was the experience of a lifetime. I'm really being honest. It truly was. Yeah. Some memories made.
I forget even why we started to say that. I don't know. People say that their train of thought.
I do it.
Since my head injury, I don't have a train. It's one of them little pump cars.
Yes.
And when it goes past me, I'm like, oh, it's gone. At least a train, there's more. Like you maybe can catch the caboose and remember it. I don't. But yeah. I'm not. Oh, I know what I was telling you. If you go there to the island, I was ranting. My rant.
Yes.
If you go there to the island, Paula Dean, y'all probably heard of her. Some, cook, supposed to be great.
Yeah.
She has this restaurant there, supposed to be like high class. It cost you like 30 something bucks a piece, a person at least, minimum.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. It's supposed to be country cooking, guys. It was nasty, nasty. If you can't make mashed potatoes,
canned food was better. Certain canned food would have been better.
Yeah. KFC, a lot better. Save your, it was in excess after tip of well over $100 for three of us to eat there. And it was horrible. Yes. So it was, that's my rant. If you go to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, do not eat at.
Don't make an $80.
What was her name again?
Paula Dean.
Paula Dean. Do not eat at Paula Dean's restaurant.
Don't make $100 mistake. Red Lobster's better.
Yeah. She does have biscuits that taste like Red Lobster.
That's what I was saying.
The biscuits and my Diet Coke was the only thing that tastes like they were supposed to. Literally. Macaroni and cheese was so dry. The cheap old skinny noodles from Kraft were better.
Yeah, and the chicken and dumplings.
Definitely
the dumplings look like white. You know how ravioli, those big old raviolis are? That's what the dumplings look like. But ravioli was better. The dumplings were.
And I asked for the manager, and I pointed to this stack of dumplings was like stuck together in like this baseball. And I was poking it with my fork, and I asked for the manager, and this young lady comes up, and I was like, you mean to tell me that these are homemade? And she looked right at me. And she goes, yes. Didn't she? She looked at me, shook her head no, and said, yes.
Yes.
Homemade.
Yes.
She lied.
Yeah.
She lied.
And let me tell you, it tasted like cream of mushroom, not even cream of chicken. Bad cream of mushroom.
It was bad. It was just bad. It was bad. They I don't like green beans, but they ate green beans, and they said green beans taste like green beans, but directly out of a can.
Yeah, no flavor.
Now back to FPV. That is how I seen FPV start. Freestylers and racers at the same place. Yeah, hey, I would like to see. I know. Who was it? Was it Bardwell that mentioned that? I think he's talked about it a few times about maybe having a freestyle event where you can judge it kind of like a,
On the
X
points.
Games or something like that.
On like the tricks you do, and
But then you get in the whole
each
situation
trick is so much
where you'd have
points.
to have some kind of organization that was,
watching the DVRs and
and then you get into the figure skating stuff and all that kind of joke. And it was
Judges.
always biased. And
yeah,
stuff
judges.
Like that.
Then it would be opinionated in a sense. But that is a good idea, nonetheless.
Double A has Paula Dean's butt rub.
Wow. Is that at least better than her food? No, wait.
He's talking about like a Boston.
That's
butt.
what we're talking about.
Talking about like a Boston butt
know
or
that.
something. It's
I
good
know
on
it.
pork.
Yeah.
Not sure about the rest.
Yeah.
I think below the restaurant is her store. And really this is really what I think. I think that there's another company running the restaurant, and I can tell you, I know that she got labeled and all this kind of stuff and kind of thrown out of Hollywood and all that kind of stuff for a word she said 20 years ago or whatever. But back, I can remember my wife used to watch that. There's no way that what I ate was Paula Dean's recipe.
No.
And what I think is there's another. She has the store down on the bottom with all of her recipes or cookbooks and T-shirts and all this kind of stuff, and up above it is the restaurant, and I think it's run by someone else.
Full-blown tourist thing.
Because the guy that we went with,
just a tourist attraction.
One of the deacons in my church, he had a cabin up there and give it to us for the weekend, and or for the week, the Monday, Tuesday. We just stayed 2 nights.
Yeah.
Got up Wednesday morning and left, and but he had been to Paula's actual restaurant in Georgia or North Carolina, wherever. I think he said it's Georgia. He'd been to her actual restaurant before, and he said it was really, really good.
Yes.
And he agreed that, and he doesn't normally complain about food. He's normally just a easy kill guy, and he was like, it was bad. It was bad. So.
And I don't normally complain either, just out of respect, and I couldn't respect that.
Yeah, it was bad.
There wasn't nothing to respect.
The meal place is the place to eat. Pitchfork. Yeah, the meal's good. Bennett's up in Gatlinburg is good.
Yeah.
We ate the night before at Golden Corral.
Oh man, that was really good.
A buffet. It was 3 times better. 3 times better. I mean, the mac and cheese, like it was made with real cheese.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. The meal is a good place to eat. It's just not as. For my family, we don't eat there very much when we would go because it's not very handicap friendly. At least it wasn't 7 or 8 years ago. It was very hard to get a wheelchair in and out of there because it's just an old. I mean, literally, they took the meal that was there, I guess, over 100 years ago and turned it into a restaurant.
Yeah, that's just it's wild. But they're perverting her name for sure.
All those restaurants are kind of shady after a year or two.
Yeah. They turn into just a main line.
Yeah, I really don't think that, like I said, I used to watch her cooking, and I mean fried chicken. If you if you can't cook Southern fried chicken, and you claim to be, a Southern cook, you got a problem.
Yes.
And that fried chicken was.
Because I can make some good chicken, and that
it was dry.
She should have been able to make some better chicken.
It was bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a white
the fried chicken tastes a lot like one of those banquet meals you get in a little. You used to get the TV dinners that had better. If you remember the TV dinner fried chicken, that had the little aluminum plate in it, that's what the chicken tastes like. I don't know if they still make those or not, but I grew up with TV dinners.
Yes, they got TV dinners, and they've gotten even better. Betterly worse.
Yeah. And they're at Paula Dean's. I mean, you could take an elevator, but it's got an escalator. I mean, the restaurants. When you come in, it's a store. Yeah. It's all about buying her stuff.
Yeah, I was confused where everybody, and I was like, and she goes, "You go upstairs." I was like, "Oh, that's new." And that was about the only experience there was riding the escalator.
Mm-hmm. And Casey was checking out the girl working the front desk. I could tell.
Yeah, no, that might have been true. That might have been the other experience.
And when we were done, we were leaving. You got to go back down the escalator and go through all this kind of stuff to leave.
Yeah,
Not one person in the whole in the whole restaurant
They just smiled.
looked at us and said, "Did you enjoy your meal?"
Not one.
And you could just go. My wife said, "Just go on and look at the reviews online."
Yeah. We should have read reviews ahead of time.
We should have, but we don't.
And we don't. And I see now why people do, but I probably still won't ever.
Hey, you know,
But it would have helped.
you can talk. In life, life is full of experiences,
Mhm.
and not all of the experiences are good.
Correct.
So you can still go out and have a good time and experience. You know, I was with Casey and a friend of mine, and we went out and we had a good time. And even though the food tastes like crap, we experienced something. We can tell people, hey, we experienced that, and I can put it on my list. I ain't going back.
Yeah, it was the best, worst experience ever.
I mean, even if like Casey's like, man, we need to go back on paying. I mean, you just go. I'll sit out here and eat a corn dog.
Yeah.
From the fair booth thing, you know, the corn dog vendor and a fried Oreo. You know, I'll eat that before I go in there.
I'll give you $40 extra. Oh, no. Okay,
Let's see someone rip a pack real quick.
Yeah, well, we were mentioning that, but you know, we've been really busy. So busy we couldn't even go grab.
I don't have any batteries charged.
I do, but it's too far to reach.
Well, it's all the way back at the parsonage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we have quads here.
Yeah.
But they're mine. That Casey's going to take, because I still have to work this week.
Yes.
I got work, and he's going to take some crossfire receivers off and put express LRS on a few quads. Yes. One of them, he's already got his little grubby hands on it, and he was rubbing it.
Yeah,
kind of like a kitty cat. He said, "My precious."
Yeah, my precious. Does that sound good? My precious.
And he's like, "How much?" I was like, I don't even know that I want to sell it. So, but he needs something to race, and I'm letting him put a receiver in it so he can race that. So.
And pray. I think I'll be able to race good. I think I'll race great.
Now, Bitter Root says Phantom is the hizzy.
In the hizzy.
What is that?
In the hizzy. I asked where he was. So where is the hizzy? I don't know. You'll have to be more specific.
You like the Himalayas?
You
don't know what that's from?
I don't know. What the
Welcome to the Himalayas. I think it's Monsters Incorporated.
That's great. Look, there they are. They're seeding the clouds. Didn't ask because they know you.
No, nothing.
Y'all are so confusing tonight.
Oh, no, nothing. Well, the lag is probably worse than normal.
Yeah, I think we're only getting some of the messages because it's like half of y'all's question instead of all of it.
See, he says maybe you're onto something off grid. Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. And he said, AA said, right. Mm-hmm. So I guess we all agree.
We're the ones that's out of the loop.
Mm.
I agree with y'all.
Yes.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
Yes.
If AA gives it a thumbs up, okay.
Yeah.
Logan.
What does AA say in the next one? He's got a long one there.
Okay.
Let's see. It seems
like a lot of places end up like that. My wife and I love mountains, but we noticed a big difference the last time we went. Very commercialized across the board. Yeah, it is. Where we stayed had an amazing view. It was really good.
I got a bunch of pictures.
The only bad side was seeing Casey in the hot tub.
Yeah, sorry, I had to. Hey, that thing, it was too good. It's so good it made me sick.
It won't come out.
Yeah. Scar and all. He's scarred with the scar and all.
Talking about the restaurant.
He's talking. Oh,
asking about how the meal was.
Asking how the meal was.
I don't know if that has anything to do with the hizzy. I think they were saying right to the. I think you're onto something. Yeah, about how the restaurant gets bad, I guess. Yeah, I don't know the sizzles and the jizzles and whatever the.
I'm lost.
I think that's Snoop Dogg that does that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does the sizzle to the jizzle and the.
Frizzle my zizzle. Frizzy my hizzy.
I don't know.
Frizzy my hizzy. There, that's where that comes from, I think. So what is the hizzy? Again. For realio. That's
Casey, you hizzy.
I guess I'm hizzy.
We used to have something like that we used to call people in school.
Huzzy. Oops.
Hercules. He figured it out.
That ain't a bad word.
Huzzy.
Yeah. That ain't a bad word.
Yeah, once a place starts to chain, quality goes downhill. Yeah. Also, there's a lot of there's way too much moonshine stores.
My phone.
There's like 100 of them. And yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up here in about 15 minutes. I think they can hear you whisper.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Can you hear it when Casey whispers to me?
Well, see, I was wondering because you got that echo cancellation and background noise suppression. Does it work?
Can you hear him when he whispers? Can you hear me in the house?
It's a little strange, ain't it?
He told me, he says, I see live people all the time.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. It really freaks me out. Hey, what was it?
And he
We
wipes
said I was
before he poops.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Burns.
I don't know.
Hey,
something about Saudi. I don't know.
If you ain't
Gaudy
from
and Saudi or something.
If you ain't from Saudi, you are somebody.
If you ain't from Saudi, you are somebody.
Yeah, somebody.
Double A agrees. With something else.
In the house, LOL.
Off-grid everything, exactly.
I didn't hear a thing. Oh, cool. He didn't hear me. Cool.
Oh, can't hear him when he whispers.
Well, that's neat to know.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad because there's a lot of history of moonshining up in the mountains and all, and I'm all right, but the moonshiners and stuff. But when you're like 3 blocks back up off the main road, and there's like somebody's turned Jethro's garage into a distillery.
It's
it's like it's getting a bit much. It's like, really? The 900 we just passed on the main strip must not have been enough.
No. There's one everywhere you look.
But what was the name of that hotel? It was missing like several.
Oh,
it's missing several of the lights in it. It was like
it said
Faux Show Motel or Faux Show Hotel or something like that. I think it was like a Comfort Suites or something like that. It was a big 12, 13 story tall building. And we went by it. It was right by one of the, Bubba's garage turned into a distillery. And now that I think back at it, there's probably people that don't have a license that need to be able to walk to the distillery.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Because here in Tennessee, one of the things, if you don't have a driver's license, you cannot ride a mower on the road.
Oh, wow.
If you've had your driver's license removed or revoked for DUI.
Oh, for DUI.
You cannot ride a motor vehicle on the road. So in some places, Saudi, you see people with a horse.
Yeah, you do.
Just right going to the beer store.
You do.
You see them around here a lot, but it's Amish. They go to the beer store too. No,
they make the beer. They are the beer stores.
Yeah. So we're supposed to be talking about a race, aren't we? Paula Dean's nasty food. Moped. Well, you can't even do that. If it's got a motor on it, you can't do it. Go-kart, you can't. Because really, this was years ago. Back when I worked for the county, there was the town drunk in the town that I lived in. They had all the, DUIs that he could have, no more driver's license ever kind of thing. And he come in, they picked him up. It might have been when I was doing drug and alcohol counseling. It might have been then. But they picked him up for DUI again. And he was in court, and he was like, well, I gotta have a way to get to the liquor store to get my whiskey. And he's like, well, you cannot ride any motor vehicle on the road. None. not even the little, because in Tennessee, if a moped has under a 50cc engine in it, you don't have to have a license for it.
Right.
But that anything with a motor on it, if you have a radio control car and you're sitting on it and you're using it to get you to the store and you've had your license revoked for DUI, they will arrest you.
So nobody,
but not a horse.
Yeah.
You can ride a horse. You can ride a mule.
Motorized.
You can ride a cow. You can ride a donkey. Whatever.
It's got to be live, not motorized.
You can ride an ostrich if you want to. Camel. I don't know.
Ostrich, that style. I want to ride an ostrich. Hey, Off Grid said something there.
Yeah. One guy had his electric wheelchair impounded here for DUI. Now that's bad.
That's horrible.
They take a man's wheelchair away from him.
Yeah. How does that work?
He must have been a habitual offender.
Like, you know what? We're going to show you. You're disabled. We take your wheelchair. You can't leave the house.
I'm picturing a sheriff on a loud telling Jerry, "Pull over, Jerry."
And he's going down the road in a wheelchair.
"Pull over, Cletus. Pull that horse over now."
Yeah. Jethro, I told you.
Going like 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I'd seen him do it. It was the old style Murray riding mower without a deck under it. The old style with the gears in between it, not the hydrostatic. And he would ride all around town, cracking everybody up because he never wore a shirt, and his shirt was always down, showing his butt crack. And his name was Delton. I'm not gonna tell you his last name, but his name was Delton. It's like, "Delton, pull the mower over." "No, not till I get my whiskey."
He's like, yeah, I can get a drink. Then you
I'll tell y'all a little story back when I was doing drug and alcohol counseling. I won't tell you the guy's name, but there was a guy that was he was ordered by the judge. Everybody was. I didn't take, well, there toward the end I took some volunteers, but most at that time at the first, they were all, you either go to jail or you take some kind of counseling. And this guy, I've just one main rule, well, several rules, but the first rule is don't lie. Just tell me the truth. And he come in and he's like, "Listen, I'm an alcoholic. I get drunk." He said, "I drink every day till I pass out." He said, "The only reason why I'm here is because Judge makes me, so I have no intention to stop drinking. I love it. So, you do what you got to do. I'll do your little course and all that." And I was like, "Well, if you just don't lie to me, I'll sign off and say you did the course," because that's all that he was adjudicated to do. And he'd come in, and of course, all the time he'd come in, and I'm like, "You drunk?" And he's like, "Of course I'm drunk." He said, "I don't do nothing. I ain't drunk." He said, "Used to, I only drank on special occasions, like when the sun come up, or if it'd been up for a little while, or it looked like it was setting." Man got drunk every day. So, but anyway, so as because it was part of his probation, as part of his probation thing, I was in court, whatever, and he come in. They called me and told me I needed to be there because he'd gotten arrested for domestic violence, and he was known to smack his wife around a little bit. Also, so yeah, they were. Later, I had them for domestic violence also on top of his drug and alcohol. After this event, he comes up there and the judge is like, "So and so, let's just say his name's Casey," which it wouldn't. Yeah. Said, "Casey, I have you charged with aggravated assault. How do you plead?" And he was like, "Whoa, no. Let me tell you something, Judge." He said, "I smacked the heifer good, but I didn't aggravate nobody." And the judge was known to, the judge was an alcoholic himself. And if he come in early and he had his sunglasses on, you knew that he had had a rough night. And his face turned as red as my shirt when that guy said that. And he was like, I need a 10-minute dismissal, or not dismissal. I need a 10-minute recess. Yeah. And he got up and he's like, "Counsel, I want to see," which was an officer, the officer who arrested him and me, said, "I need to see you in my quarters." And I was like, "Oh dang, what did I do? I didn't do nothing." and his face was literally as red as my shirt. He gets up and he just walks out. We go back there and he's like, "Come and see me in my office now." But we go back there and he's like, "Shut the door." We shut the door and he just started dying laughing. He was like, "Oh my gosh." He said, "I've been on the bench for almost 30 years. And he said, I've never heard anything like that." He said, "Your Honor," he said, "I smacked the heifer, but I didn't aggravate nobody." He said, "Give me a second." He said, "That's one of the greatest lines I've ever heard." And then he looked at, after we all had a good laugh, the officer was, kind of worried like I was that we was going to get our butt chewed by a judge. And he said, "Now listen, I don't want it disrupting the court." He said, "When you go back out there, I want you to describe to him the difference between assault and aggravated assault. And in Tennessee, that's just the difference. You're mad when you do it. It's done out of anger." And so I had to tell him that. Like, "Of course I was mad. I wouldn't have slapped her if I wasn't mad." I was like, you don't want to say that. You just, what you need to do is he's saying, "Are you guilty of slapping her while you were angry?" That's it. So it was great. I don't think I'll ever forget that one. Yeah, I smacked the heifer, but I didn't aggravate nobody.
That's great. I would have actually liked to witness that.
I'm a nice guy. Swear to drunk, I'm not God.
Yeah. I swear to God, I'm not officer.
Hey, Ossifer Mitchell.
Ossifer.
Hey, Ossifer Mitchell, if I lay down, can you draw me with a little sidewalk you got, little chalk you got? We got 5 minutes and we're going to wrap this thing up. We're only going to be on for an hour tonight. Anybody got any questions about the race or anything like that? Paula Dean's, aggravated assault,
Directions.
Logan and racing, freestyling, Logan and Casey's sugar in their tea, whatever.
I drink green tea.
Pull over Jerry.
Yeah, he said pull over Jerry.
So, butt rub. But don't forget butt rub. That's right.
Oh, butt rub. Yeah.
Paula Dean's butt rub is good on pork. Hadn't tried it on anything else.
No.
So yeah.
And I was like, so is it better than our food?
It's like that line from Vacation where it's just real quick from the very first vacation. He's like, "Do you have asteroids?" Talking about the video game. He's like, "No, but Dad does." Butt rub.
That's great.
The lights are dimming out here. It's starting to get dark and the temperature is dropping.
Yeah, we'll be able to get y'all some DVR tomorrow, hopefully, or live footage maybe. So
Right.
maybe.
Thank you guys.
It'd be even more live if you came.
Yeah. We hope people show up.
Yes,
We're gonna run it if no one else. If it's just me and Casey, we'll run it.
Yes,
and
happily.
have some fun. But I think there's gonna be more people show up.
I do too.
And so yeah, here we are. It's ready to go. I mean, well, the track's not up, but it will be ready to go by the time people get here tomorrow. Hopefully, if I can get Casey to do anything.
Don't let him tell you all that. He's had me slaving all day.
Yeah.
Happily.
I wish you could be here too, bro.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, maybe we'll get you on the next one later in the year. We're still talking about having one like a week long and letting people show up if people want, if that's what people want to do.
Yeah.
We got the place, we got the gates, we got the stuff. Just need the pilots.
Help us grow.
Need the pilots. So
we've got to grow. We've got to grow, or we've got to go and do something else.
I want to thank you guys for showing up tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering Casey's siren call.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Really, really means a lot. You know, this
I would be in the same boat here. Build it, run it. Hopefully they show up. Yeah.
show to grow. And hey, yeah, this wouldn't be nothing without y'all. So really appreciate y'all coming.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, remember to keep flying and rise up and meet me in the air.
All right.
Y'all have a good one.
See you guys.